Sit down. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds, Miles. I didn't know you were going to call. I just need to get...
Well, nor did I. Well, it sounds like a good excuse to get a cup of tea. I'm using my backup computer here because my laptop's fucked.
Right, well, I just want to get a glass of water
If you do that, that'll be fine.
and a packet of cigarettes. Here's my water. Gosh, how are you? Right, talk to me.
Hold on, I'm getting a coffee.
Oh, okay. Oh, well then, right.
I'm actually multitasking here. The last show I did with Christine Hart was censored.
No.
They cut the whole last hour.
Wow.
And what's more, they crashed in commercials.
Wow.
At the half hour, which they never do.
Yeah, they're annoyed because you've been hanging her work and getting way more exposure without them getting the advertising revenue or whatever. They're pissed off. They are pissed off.
Are they? I thought the whole point was to...
No. You see, this is just my theory. It's like all of us people are doing so much for free. There's radio shows all over the world. There's YouTubers all over the world.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I make sure I promote the station. That's why I put the website up and everything. Anyway, I'll just get the coffee because otherwise we're going to start talking.
Yeah, go ahead. So what? I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on. What was I doing?
Right.
Okay. I'm recording.
Hold on. Right.
And
You recorded. Sorry, what? I'm on headphones here, so I can't see here.
no, I've just got a new rule. I'm just recording. It's too important. The times are too important. You know.
Yeah, the timelines and all that shit are happening. I had a letter which was sent to me when I was at the B&B, and I only really started to look at it now.
Yeah.
The trouble is that the phone number and the email on that letter don't work anymore.
But who's the letter from?
It's from a witness. These time traveling stuff, Nazis. It's like a 16 handwritten page letter in extreme detail. A TI from Kent.
Wow.
Anyway, we're now on the old Avondale computer.
Why? What's happened to all your stuff?
Well, my laptop.
I've got a present for you. Look.
We got a present. Oh my god.
Look at this lovely. I bought it, but because my good camera got stolen, it's too upmarket for this little camcorder. So I've got a lovely. Do you want that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you'll have good fortune to get another little camera like that. Because the camera you had was bloody good.
I know, but never mind. We'll get over it.
It was a fucking good camera. Bloody hell, that camera was good. Jesus, that camera was so damn good. It's a pity you lost it. I mean,
I didn't lose it. It got robbed off me. I got burgled.
I mean, that camera was probably the best thing you ever had in your entire life, and to lose it must be really, really. Isn't that wonderful?
I didn't lose it. It was stolen.
I know it was stolen. I'm deliberately teasing, but also probably. Now this is interesting. My two video cameras.
Yeah.
Are suffering from some kind of RF interference, which they weren't doing before. Are absolutely swathed in bloody RF, which means somebody's fucking around.
Yeah, I know. You told me you were going to upgrade all your equipment. Did you do that?
Well, if you're able to handle this, can you see?
Kinda.
Can you see that?
Well, I'm a bit deficient in the seeing area. No, I can't see
Why
it.
don't I put the bloody lights on?
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's okay. You can just tell me because I've got about 20 minutes, Miles.
All right. Can you see this thing here?
It looks like a tower, but a fat one. Oh, no. Okay, what is that?
That's a dual 8-core computer. That's two 8-core things, and it's full of hard drives, but I've just about got it switched on. It's got £1,000 worth of video card in it.
Wow.
But if I'm going to do the job properly, I need 2 cards.
But why are you
that's a new workstation over there. So
why are you working on all your old stuff? Have you been crashed and
See, there's a new workstation.
Wow, well done.
And underneath, just above the computer,
yeah,
in there is a video server. It's the dedicated broadcast video server. It cost me 250 quid. It's about 15 grand's worth of broadcast server. I've got these wonderful things where it just slides out, you see.
Yeah, and you're very well set up. So just, I'm sorry your show got sabotaged. I wonder why they did that.
That's when they started talking about a lot of stuff John Irwin was talking about and about St. Patrick. Your other guy was talking about St. Patrick, and St. Patrick was a murderous killer. He massacred thousands and thousands of Irish children in bonfires to get them to bow down to Rome.
Wow.
But that's nothing to do with Catholicism, and this is one of the points we were doing. We were making a specific point. The spirituality of Christianity has got nothing to do with any of the Christian religions.
I know the church is corrupt. I know.
It's more than corrupt. I've spoken to a researcher which goes back almost 20 years.
Well, that's a long time in eternity.
Well, this particular guy has access to portal in Loch Derg.
Oh yeah, Loch Derg. Where's Loch Derg?
It's a fucking big lake, long lake. I think it's part of the Shannon river system. Donegal, Sligo.
Oh, okay. Okay, my boy's up in Sligo.
In fact, it's probably partly in the north as well. There's an island on it. There's a whole pile of islands on it. Jesus, the amount of RF on those cameras. It's ridiculous.
How are you? Are you okay? You've been so hard to get hold of for a month.
I've been working like shite. I've got Miriam here. I had the beautiful Tina here. The point is that island has got an active gate.
In Loch Derg, yeah, I saw you talking about that somewhere.
Yeah, well, the thing is that he's also, this particular researcher has found out what happened to where my friend Lawrence went when he was taken for 4 days. It's right beside the border at Ochnacloy. It's near St. Patrick's Charing Well. It's called Slieve Bay, and it's the Valley of the Devils.
There's so much in Ireland, isn't there?
And what he did was they actually found the portal. They
Right.
found where the swirl was. There's on Google Maps you can see a rotating swirl, a spiral.
Right.
And the Fae, this is to do with the Fae, so far as we understand, the so-called fairies. When you're away with the fairies, you're in a trance.
Yeah, mind controlled, yeah.
No, you're not mind controlled. They fucking take you. And your body's just left sitting there.
Yeah, well, okay.
And
okay.
this researcher was taken several times, but only because he was driving through the zones with his wife in the car, that he'd passed through the zones quickly. And what's happening is that people can be walking in the forest or whatever, and they're talking away, and their mate's just gone, completely finished, gone. Now, this is basically the jinn, because Christianity has conveniently removed any talk of these beings from the Bible, because the Vatican has got one of these portals right integral beside the Vatican itself, and the Vatican are in complete engagement with these jinn.
No, is that Mount Graham?
I don't know. It's beside the Vatican. This
yeah,
portal,
yeah.
the point about this portal is they've built an identical one on another island in Loch Derg, and that's where everybody comes and pays their €80 and all the rest of it, and it's all reconstructed exactly as it is in the other island. I think it's called Saints Island, and people go and see all this stuff, and it's all hairy-fairy, blah, 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 St. Patrick, blah, 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 load of crap. None of it works.
I know, we're going to be very unpopular on St. Patrick's Day.
The portal that does work, well, St. Patrick should be spat on the ground. He's a murderous killer. The Irish shouldn't be celebrating this at all.
I know, but
because he basically, that's the whole point about the serpent. The whole point of St. Patrick dealing with the serpent is that's what you engage in the portal. It's like taking a ayahuasca trip, except it's real. It's not a drug-induced, corrupted trip like all these drug-induced things are.
I noticed when you and I talked before about Ireland, because you've got some amazing info on Ireland, and I have some, and Christine's got loads. But I noticed it's amusing to me, because I thought my identity was Irish Catholic, and yours is clearly, sort of semi-British Protestant.
No,
so I noticed,
I'm not a Protestant. I never was confirmed into that religion.
Well, but that was like, all right. Are there any origins?
You're probably more British than me on that definition, because your
know,
father joined the bloody RAF.
No, it's not just because of that.
But since the IRA is basically an Illuminati MI6 operation, that's why he got such privilege.
Yeah, the new IRA, the provost, I know.
No, the original one, or even people have worked out the 1916 revolution was a setup. And that's not me talking, that's others. There's some conference about all this happening. I think it's happened, maybe.
Well,
There's a conference about the whole rebellion. This is the 100th anniversary.
so I know, it's so sad. It's like you're crashing people's reality and their romance. Not you, just all of us. It's like idols are falling and falling.
Well, they should be falling, but not idols. The original, this is what was basically censored.
Okay.
The Hyborian ancient DNA of the Irish is sacred. It's not sacred. It's crucial to a wake-up.
Right.
And all of this was shut down in this half hour. They actually crashed into what I was saying with a commercial break. It was good fun, actually.
But don't you do a backup record? I mean,
I should have done a Skype record.
So
I actually had planned to do a Skype record of it, but that meant using my living room, because I had Tina and Miriam. That meant they wouldn't be able to walk, walk in the house.
Yeah, it's too much information to disseminate, and there's very little time to disseminate it.
Yeah.
And so I'm not wasting time talking about blah blah. It's like, if I'm going to spend some time, I'm not being rude or arrogant, but if I'm going to spend some time, let's get some truth out. You know?
Well, anyway, your cops arrived yesterday.
My what?
Your cops arrived yesterday. That's what I needed.
You're joking me.
They were with me for about half an hour.
Right, now, I'm not censoring you, but
this is not the cop that out on an email, but it's another lady, I think Heather or something.
Yeah, it's gone higher. But let me just say this, right? I'm not censoring you, but because it's a
Too
live
late. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Because it's a live investigation, just be aware of that. But when they told me
I'll just say they were here, but I won't say what was said. Is that all right?
No, go ahead and tell me. Because
the main thing was that they thought that I'd known you for all your life, but I'd only known you for 3 years or something.
Oh, so did you throw me out? Did you throw me out the bus?
I couldn't say that. I knew you all my life. I mean,
no, I didn't want you to.
Yeah. So I mean, I just said about the investigation.
So tell me who came.
A blonde lady who recorded the interview, I think, with you initially.
Yeah, Helen. Yeah.
Helen. That's it. And then a guy, a policeman, but they're not clued up on this.
You didn't blind them with science, did you?
No, I told them what I was doing. They wanted to know what I was doing, and I what the fuck else did I say? I said that you had been abused by your father, and that
not just my grandfather.
Yeah, well, I didn't. Yeah,
files that were put all around me, military people, drugging.
I then went into the location about the alien, so-called alien hunt.
I don't call it alien because
no, it's not a hunt. No, but I qualified that. I said just because it doesn't necessarily look like human doesn't make it alien.
I have to tell you something. They lied, right? I don't know if it's a lie, right? But I was wrestling with, because there was so much dissociation, so much electroshocking, drugging going on, that I lost time. My mum's lost time. My sisters have lost time. And we couldn't piece together my father's RAF history. You know what? They sent me what was supposed to be his postings, and one of them was out by... They said he went to RAF Fegberg in November 56. Well, my sister was born there in July 56, and that's on her birth cert. So they've lied about where he was.
Well, somebody's lying, and they're going to lie, because if this is an MI6 operation, they're going to cover up and lie like fuck, unless they want this in the public domain in the first place.
They told me not to discuss anything and send them my book, which is still sitting on the shelf. And I said, look, I'm going to give you a 10% chance of telling the truth and doing the right thing. But there's a 90% chance you could take 2 to 5 years on this case and then say there was insufficient evidence. This is my work. I'm not shutting up. So they just said, well, just talk generally. Don't talk specifics. That's what they said to me.
Well, the important thing is that you've got... They've talked. I talked. If you want, I said they asked, "What do?" I said, "I do the basis thing. I'm broadcast engineer. If you want to see anything, it's all up there on the basis. You can look at the whole damn thing. God help them."
Well, I hope they don't do I don't think they will, but I hope they don't do a number and come and take all your tech in case it's got evidence on it.
Oh fuck! It's all up on YouTube.
Like that's safe.
If you want to fucking see anything, just look at it on YouTube.
Yeah, but like, how long have we got the internet?
They
Seriously.
can if they can get stuff off these hard drives, they'd be lucky because they're shutting down like fuck.
Yeah, I know. We're on a limited time for how long we've got freedom of speech. Well, look what happened with you, with Christine.
Now, that was ridiculous, yeah. But anyway, I don't want to spend too much longer on this because I want to get Christine's.
No. Okay, so
out.
just how did they leave it? And was the guy? She's got a military copper involved, sergeant somebody.
I don't know. He didn't. He sort of introduced and he sort of said hello and all that, and he sat there.
And
Well, they'll have to have a military thing involved because they're obviously dealing with a military situation.
yeah, they've got a sergeant in the military who specialises in abuse within the military. Isn't that
Yeah, well, that
interesting?
means he'll be fully bloody briefed anyway.
Well, it's like the
I
Metropolitan.
mean, it's really down to whether they want this bloody stuff out or not. If they don't want it out, it's not going to happen.
Oh, so you think? Well,
But the bottom line is somebody is pushing you, Joanne, the whole Channel 4 doco. I think last week I was actually at what's called a production base do in the evening where the laddie dads come from television and talk to us and they tell their stories about TV. I think I may have met the Channel 4 head of production who actually commissioned the UFO documentary because she sort of seemed to recognize me and then get a bit sheepish. She was very attractive. She was heading for 60 and a lesbian.
well, I'm not a lesbian, but I'm heading for 60.
No, but she'd spent a week on this island or a month on this island, surviving the island. So I had one full of blokes and one full of girlies, and she mentioned all about that. That was her party piece for the evening, about how she was the TV executive and then went in front of the camera.
Just take care, so I don't obsess about this, Miles. Just briefly, they talked to you for half an hour. Did they have a nice attitude?
Yeah, they were very nice and very relaxed. And
are they trying to make out like, oh, she's crazy, she's just talking rubbish?
I think they are, quite frankly.
Well, I caught them in a lie straight away, saying my father went to Germany in November '65.
They're not going to be able to. They are not. Those coppers are in no way going to have the ability to have any fucking idea what this is about.
This is why the only way the truth's going to come out is corroboration of victims. That's why this.
Well, just while I've got to go because other.
All right.
Something important about all this is that your man Lars, what's his name, Olsson or what's his name in Sweden, the targeted individuals thing, UCASH, the UCASH is the European Committee Against the Abuse of Covert Technology. It's going global. And what you're just saying, exactly what you're saying, I mean, basically the new term these days is a TI.
Yeah. Sandy, poor Sandy, what she's been through.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from Sandy for a while, but I think she's in decline or they're targeting her or whatever.
Oh, definitely. Nina. Look what Nina's going through. Nina's going through hell.
You mean up in Bingley?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw her one of her latest videos, and she's got a really fucking vicious troll.
Oh, it's not just the trolls. She's losing her hair. She's getting electronic harassment. She had somebody in her house. She went out. She came back. She finds a dead vole, like a crossbreed between a mouse and a rat. So it's as big as a rat, but it didn't have a rat's tail. She finds things moved around in her house, and she finds a dead vole. Somebody else has a wolf-looking dog thing turn up and kill her guinea pigs, but not eat them. Somebody else gets attacked by a dog in their yard. And they're not usually afraid of dogs, but this thing was crazy.
Yeah, they're using black magic entities. Demons are coming in.
Definitely. You know, and like they've gone after my family. Whatever.
Well, that's what happened to Max. Max completely flipped here when he was here. He came here for the weekend to do a recording, and on the Friday night when he was here, he'd had 8 bottles of golden mist or whatever.
Because we're broadcasting, I don't do editing. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, the point is, Max was triggered, and that's not a surprise. And he got a cold sore, so he didn't want to talk on the Friday, and he didn't want to talk on the Saturday, which is fine. But he's got a beard, and Kathy Thomas recorded a nice interview with him with the lovely Realize, and we did an implant scan on Realize, and she interviewed Max that afternoon. So that's up. That's all. That's Kathy Thomas's video.
I think I've been getting emails from James Casbolt 3 times a week.
James Casbolt, your man Gabe Cruz, sent me a very important thing, that there's a guy that turns up in his cafe in Portland. Exactly like James Casbolt, but Gabe's found out this guy's name. He's a spitting image of James Casbolt, and he goes under a different name.
I might be wrong, but Nina thinks it's James. He goes under Reverend Anthony, Reverend something.
It can't be James on the internet.
But just hear me out, right?
But the point is, Christine Hart, just to get the Christines together.
All right.
Casbolt has been seen remote viewing and
local. Yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying. But it's amazing info that's being sent me. But my brain only holds so much. Maybe I'll forward them to you. But somebody let James know I was empathetic to his situation, and then I get put on a secret circular email thing, and I can't. There's a limit to how much knowledge you can digest. But I open about 1 in 5, and they're pretty explosive. And I read some of them to Nina, and she said, "That's James. He found some prisons let you do email. You see, he's not on social media, but it's email that he seems to have access to.
Well, the bottom line is that anything that they're doing, they know. I mean, this is obviously not, the grid keeper was here, and he says James knew what he's doing. He's okay.
I like.
Yeah.
But I don't know him, but I like his work.
Well, he was here this weekend, and we were talking about our cars and stuff like that.
What car are you driving now? I'm
still driving the clapped out Supra. I've got to get rid of it because I've only got a limited mileage on it. But I have to say it looks quite nice in the.
Did I describe you accurately?
Can you see that? There it is.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Yeah, it looks good on a low definition camera with the sun shining in the right direction.
You're such a perfectionist. Did I describe you accurately to Colin? Do you love your painting?
What painting?
Oh, don't be dense, Smile.
No, what painting? No, there's a painting. Which painting?
Are you serious? Colleen Black, the artist that Chris was supposed to interview and got locked in a park, has donated a painting to you for your work to sell, and she said you'll print a bit as well to keep, or you can do the opposite, keep the painting and sell it.
Yeah, but where's the painting?
She's waiting for your address to ship it to you.
Oh, right, that's why I don't know about the painting. Colleen.
So you have been in the zone just editing, like seeing...
No, I've got 50,000. I get some people send me about 18 emails in... I got this girl called Tracy wanted to talk to... Well, I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
It's a distraught TI who's had a lot of trouble.
I know.
They get so distraught that they start one sentence and say 3 words and start another sentence. You just get gibberish for 45 minutes, and it's incoherent. And they're obviously in need of a lot of help.
Yeah. Right. So, and when they left you, they were just like they just established that whatever.
It was very, 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 very business-like. I just told them, look, if you want more of the basis is there. I told them about the basis project. They're going to look at that.
Yeah, I referred them to Kathy Morgan's website.
Yeah, I mentioned Kathy as well, and they wrote that down, and I explained that Kathy has got one name on basis and another name in reality.
But she's documented everything on her website, and I gave that. She's documented the committees, the funding, the projects.
Yeah, she needs to print that out. She needs to get...
she has it all backed up.
She can't have it on a hard drive. It's got to be off... The broadcast industry's facing this problem. The scale of hard drive backup you've got to have. Once you leave a hard drive not spun up for about 2 or 3 months, the air bearing goes. Next time you spin it up, it can start going wrong. It's a complete. None of the digital media is safe unless you put it onto digital tape and they said, I've got to get that.
Let me just clear something up. I'm so sorry for promoting a conference that was actually last year.
No, hold on. Which conference? You see, this is the problem. I'm in April. In April, I'm in Poland.
Okay, so I got the so
Which conference?
I wrongly promoted Sandra Fecht.
Yes, that is happening. Yes, that is. That's one of the problems. I've done a whole hour with her, and that media has been hit and targeted and fucked up like hell. I'm having a hell of a trouble even just getting it onto a hard drive to do an edit with it.
So is she doing a 3-day conference?
She is doing a 3-day conference this year. Yeah, that's her thing. It's not a basis thing. That's the main thing.
So I didn't get that wrong.
You didn't get it wrong. No, but yeah, I thought you were talking about a thing I did last April last year or something.
No. So I didn't get it wrong. And what's happening in August? Because I'm myself and possibly Nina.
We've just literally put the deposit down for the conference in Pewsey in August, 12th, 13th, and 14th of August. I have to do a fast blast on that. There's going to be a lot of women on that. Christine Joanna Hart's going to be speaking. Cara St. Louis is going to be speaking. Miriam and Maria's going to be speaking. And I think there's another lady going to be speaking. It's going to be full of bloody women, for Christ's sake.
Your worst nightmare.
Loads of bloody women. I mean, it's one thing having a male-female balance, but Jesus, well.
Yeah, no, you mustn't go too much the other way.
Yeah.
Much the other way. Anyway, so I'll see you in August.
Peter Paget will be there doing more disclosure. I want Valery Yuvarov there to talk about the Russian disclosure.
Shall I be controversial and just ask you in like 5 sentences, why have you fallen out with Kautzvella?
Kautzvella haven't fallen out. Kautz met this woman that he has dedicated and fallen completely in love with. She's a survivor in the street. She's streetwise. She not taking bullshit from anything, and she's taken him under his wing. Vela had stated in Poland that he had 5 intelligence demons, which he'd outsourced his intellect to. He said he'd resolved this, and they'd all gone away, and he was now okay, but they had just hidden. And basically, that's the last I've heard from Harold.
I like him.
Harold's cooperation with Cara was broken up under very hostile circumstances, which means all of the books under Cara and Vela's co-authorship are no longer valid for selling because copyright's all screwed up.
It's like a mash. I think that's the hardest thing. I think what we need to do is cooperate, males and females, and there's chaos going on with that.
Well, I mean, we've had a lot of very good Amash people here. Just Joanne dissolved Amash at her Christmas do, last Christmas, 3 months ago.
I'm trying to work.
But the point is that independent people who got together using the Amash name are working together and trying to heal. And we've got to get a team of people. We've got to get where TIs and people can help heal. But the thing is, we can't have a pathological individual who's parasiting.
Let's not get personal. Let's not get personal because it's not against flesh and blood we're wrestling. It's powers and principalities. Yeah. Like Castavella said, it's demon attachments.
Yeah, but that's the crucial thing about Ireland. That's the crucial thing about Loch Derg is that they've shut down all the female energetic keys for us on this domain to control the gates in Ireland. Only the male spiral is left, energetic spiral. All the energetic spirals, which you would call female. Again, this thing about male-female spirals is ridiculous. It's a polarized spiral one direction, a polarized spiral another direction. What the hell have got to be called a male or a female for? I don't know. It's a bifilar. It's a bifilar energy spiral. And what's happened is St. Patrick and his cronies destroyed the male, the females, all the feminine aspects of energetic aspects of all the portals in Ireland were destroyed, except for one. There's one portal which is in Loch Derg, which is accessible using a certain scalar frequency range, which I'm not going to say. We don't want idiots going in there and messing about. And that activates the portal, and the portal is indicated in the so-called Celtic cross, which has nothing to do with Christianity. The call of the cross is the entry passageway. The round part of the cross is the cavern, and the 3 other sub-caverns are part of the energy structure in there. an identical one of those is being built, was created in the Vatican, which means that the Vatican are in direct access to the demonic jinn.
Oh, they are.
Oh,
Great.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, there's a guy, there's some people doing a movie out there. Mount Graham, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, the thing about it is that this portal means that these fucking demons and all the bloody rest of them are pissed off about humans, right?
Yeah,
So they want to get rid of humans, but it's not the human problem. We are allowing it because we're not taking action in our domain. If this continues, all life here is going to collapse.
No, not all of it. Not all of it, but two-thirds. Yeah, it is. It is. What was I going to say to you? Anyway, yeah, the problem
humans have to take responsibility for the garbage they've got amongst them, and humans have to sort the bloody problem out in their domain.
And we have to stop playing with demons because they're so interesting. It's literally like
the demons can play with us if they want to play with us, but they're just going to screw themselves up, the bloody demonic realm.
They're not allowed to play with me. I can't. And my mind went. Do you know the prophet Jeremiah is rumored to be buried? Oh, we underestimated the Freemasons in Ireland. Oh, I'm so naive. I walk around like
the Freemasons have got are clued in with their religious belief structure. They know what the hell they're doing, although most of the lower ranks don't.
They think they know, but
yeah, well, yeah.
I thought we underestimated England in terms of MK Ultra and in terms of corruption and all the.
Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point about
Ireland is the best at hiding. It's part of the Irish psyche to go underground.
That's why they had to, because they had to face an enemy which was so catastrophic. They had to do that. But the Ireland have to awake, and that's what the project which I'm trying to do with Dennis Murray, Ireland Awakes. But he's been targeted to fuck, and that's to do with all the pirate stations. Why they were brought back online.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's 2 or 3 videos you should watch. There's a beautiful piece of art coming to you to either sell or give us a prize in the film festival or keep.
Well, it's 119 Broadleys Park.
You just told everybody, Miles. You know,
yeah, well, everybody bloody MI5 fucking knows where I live. Right?
All right.
As we say in Belfast, we know where you live.
And you know, when I went for interview in Melksham, they insisted on dropping me back to your house.
Yeah, I know.
And I said, just drop me here, I'll walk. No. Now, I was pretty triggered and dissociated, but they insisted on bringing me to your house. So I don't even know why they're asking me how to contact you.
Well, they have to do it formally because everybody's got to pretend they don't know. Everybody does not know what they're doing, and the people who are sent here probably don't know what's going on either.
I already caught them lying about my father's record.
Well, that's rather silly of them, quite frankly.
Yeah, but it's good to have it.
But the point is, they don't lie. They to see whether you can spot the lie.
Yeah, they'll probably write back and say it was a slip of the typing keyboard.
And they deliberately said to me, I just said, no, I didn't know you all my life, and I only knew you for 3 or 4 years or whatever the hell it is. And then during the end of the interview, they says, so you this Angela, who you've known all your life. So what the fuck are they doing?
Our best hope of getting disclosures is more and more corroborating disclosures.
Yeah, which is why Gabe Cruz and people like that is assembling data. And like anybody, it has to stand on the data. That's what Basis TI is. I've interviewed this beautiful black girl she's Caribbean. And that first interview is purely just to introduce her as a person. And at the moment, we're having a lot of trouble because all her MRI scans, her X-rays with the actual evidence is all. Every time she sends it to me, none of it arrives. She is on Facebook, and she has got her stuff on Facebook, but that's too low res. You've got to have proper resolution to see this stuff. Right, I'm gonna go. It's 1:15.
I want to tell you just one more thing. There's somebody I interviewed, and neither you nor I nor anybody can take everybody's disclosures. But she told me some information, and she thinks she's dying. So I said, look, make a YouTube channel, start putting the evidence out there. She is busting wide open a paedophile ring which stretches from the Isle of Wight to Elm Guest House to Dolphin Square to Ireland. She is putting information out. She just makes a 15-minute video every night, and now she's starting to get targeted. And well,
the thing is, all this paedophilia thing's just a cover for the actual.
don't say that to people like me that were victims of it.
I know,
Okay.
but it's just a cover for the actual child sacrifice stuff.
It's a symptom. It is because yeah, we're the lucky ones. We're alive. Have a good day.
Yeah. Okay, but the point is we're talking in public, and that means somebody is allowing it and somebody wants it out there. So let's make it.
Yeah, because I was listening to somebody who was talking on a much lower level just about he's going to go to Rome and go on a hunger strike to try and
bloody everything, do all that, they don't give a shit.
try and get the Catholic Church to allow contraception. It's like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. But he's had his life ruined. So I do ask myself, why am I still alive? Why are you still broadcasting? Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Do what we can while we can. Cheerio.
All right,
Goodbye.